tour of a dog and pony show. They wanted to do this classroom and that. I really wanted to see what was going on in schools in a genuine way. So I used to show up unannounced. I didn't even check in the front office. I would just start going through the school, walking around. And in this one particular school that I went to was very interesting. It was in one of the most dangerous parts of Washington, D.C., one of the most low-income parts of the city. Across the street from the school was a liquor store and a nightclub. I was walking up into the school and around sort of the entrance area. There were broken beer bottles, there were cigarette butts. It was sort of this picture of urban life. And I walk into the school, walk into the first classroom, and it was unbelievable. So there's this teacher, and she's full of energy, and she's bounding around the classroom, and she's teaching this lesson. The kids, it's a group of fourth graders, they're all sort of watching this woman, mesmerized. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on in the classroom, and it turns out, I'm picking up through context clues, that the kids are learning about Greek mythology. They're in the middle of a unit about Greek mythology, and they were reading a chapter book together. So they're reading along, and I pick up that they're at the part in the book. Well, they're sort of this book is about a group of children who get transported back in time, back to the time of Greek gods, and they're at the point in the book where now they're trying to figure out how to get back home. So the teacher says to the kids, please look up at the posters around the wall, and each poster had a different Greek god and what they were god of. And tell me, if you were one of the kids in the book, and you had to call on a Greek god to help you travel back in time, who would you choose? So I'm looking up at the posters around the wall. I have my answer. The first kid raises his hand, and he said, I would choose Zeus. Because Zeus is the god of gods. He's the boss of everybody else. If he tells you to do something, you have to do it. He said, so I figured just cut out the middleman and go straight to the big guy. I was like, that's a pretty good answer, right? Second kid raises her hand and she said, I would choose this god. It was the god of women, children, and families. She said, these are kids that we're talking about who have to be transported back in the time. She said, this god has to take care of her peeps. So I figured, choose this one. I said, okay, another good answer. Third kid raises his hand. He said, I would choose this god. It was the god of art, music, and literature. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, kid, that was totally misfired. And then he goes on to explain, he says, because as you remember from the story, the way that the kids got transported back in time originally was because they were digging around in the sand and they had found an old Greek lyre. And they strummed the strings of the lyre and they got transported back in time. He said, so I figured if they have to go back, it has something to do with music. They should call on the god of music. These kids gave 5 ridiculously good answers because before somebody came up with my ever lame answer of the god of travel. And I was wholly impressed, right? I was thinking, this is exactly what you want to happen in a classroom, right? Critical thinking skills, analysis, 100% of the kids engaged. It was absolutely amazing. And then I went across the hall to the next classroom, and it was diametric opposite. So this lady, the teacher, is standing at the door, and she's yelling at the kids, everybody be quiet! She's like, I told you to be quiet, you are not listening to me. So she's like, I'm going to count down from 10. 10. 9. She's flicking the lights on and off. 7. I'm waiting. 6. 5. I'm waiting. And you can see the kids. They're like, we're waiting too. For something to happen. The bottom line was that I was not in either of these classrooms for longer than 15 to 20 minutes. And you could tell in just that short period of time that the quality of education that these two groups of children were getting were incredibly different. And mind you, these are the same group of kids that were in this, dirty building where there is rainwater leaking through the roof and ceiling tiles falling on the